else we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where your host talks about sports with comedians. So let's get it popping. My man Howie Bell in the building. Howie, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Frank Holder? What's happening, brother?
I'm doing okay. Let's get everybody else in here. My man Mo's in the building too. Mo, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, fellas?
What's
So
up?
that's what's behind you, Frank. And y'all were clowning me, talking about when I looked like I had a white woman's something behind me. If that ain't saying white woman all day long, a knitted blanket.
I'm gonna make sure I let my kids know you made fun of their things they made for me when they were small. I'm gonna let them know that you said that. My man D Jones in the building. D, how you doing, sir?
That's 10 straight for the Pistons, 10 in a row. First in the East.
Man, it's too early for that shit.
Yeah,
First in the East. Get it right.
We gonna get there. My man Jay, how you doing, sir? How's everything, bro?
Hey, everything's good. I see Mo still hot because he called him out, because he was at his girl crib down in Southie.
Oh, here he go.
You was recording in Southie that day, Mo. Come on, baby.
Yeah, I had Charles Smith flashbacks last night. You know that, right?
Hey, Mo, say no more about Charles Smith, man.
Oh, man, that nobody could put the ball. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry.
Say no more about Charles Smith.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm very interested in seeing what you guys' reactions are going to be. So let me get this thing started, right? Popping. Howie Bell, you're gonna go up first, Howie. All right, let me get the story straight together, man. Okay, so the Major League Baseball. I don't know if you guys have heard this one. Major League Baseball and Los Angeles Angels are in hot water because LA Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs said one of the plaintiffs in the family wrongful death lawsuit against the franchise testified Monday that his mother did that she didn't know whether her son was informed that the team knew about his drug addiction. The team is basically acting like they had no idea that Tyler Skaggs was addicted. His mother testified and said that the team knew and continued to do everything the team does. So basically, the Angels said they weren't aware of the addictions, and one of the key arguments is the defense has been building in the trial, entered in its 6th week, is that the Angels contended that they're not responsible for his death, because we all know, and in case you forgot, he died while he was addicted, and died while he was a pitcher of the LA Angels. What's your take on this, Howie Bell, when the Angels are trying to get out of this wrongful death lawsuit?
Interesting. I'm not big time familiar with the story, but I will say this based on what you said. I'm not sure if the team is held liable. I'm not sure legally. You know what I'm saying? But if he's addicted to drugs, I'm not sure how they're held liable because of this.
They kept rolling him out. According to what the lawsuit is, they kept rolling him out to pitch and everything else. Meanwhile, they knew he was addicted instead of trying to help him get help. So her thing is, if you knew he was addicted and he was still a player for your team, you're held liable because you didn't help him get him off of the drugs. But to make a long story short,
I'm not. That's a gray area. I'm just not sure about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they should be held liable because of an addiction, even if they were playing him. And I don't know. I'm kind of stumped on this one a little bit, just because I don't know the legalities behind stuff like this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. Maybe it's a better question for Jay, to be honest. I just don't know. But it doesn't sound like they should be held liable for him because he was addicted. I just don't. I don't see it. I could be wrong.
Okay. Mo, how are you looking at it, Mo?
You know what? And I'm gonna put all jokes aside because I'm gonna put in because I have been trained professionally in the LAID Act, which is a licensed alcohol, drug, and substance abuse counselor. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't understand how she's gonna blame the Angels for this because addiction is addiction, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody they're at fault because they didn't help him get help. How does she know they didn't help him? How does she know they didn't pull him to the side and say, look, man, you need to get your shit together? But he had a job to do. They were paying him millions of dollars. He had a job to do. I watch people every day go to work with addictions. I watch people buy drugs just so they can go to work, so they can function. Some people don't even get high; they just need it to function. So
Right.
I don't know the legalities of it, but I know from the side of addiction, no one's to blame except the addict. It hurt people.
Yep.
I'm not going to say it don't hurt people. I'm not going to say maybe somebody might have been able to do something, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for my own recovery. A man much smarter than me once told me, I'm responsible for my own recovery.
Okay. What's your take on this, D. Jones?
I grew up in a household with a father who was an alcoholic. He was addicted to alcohol. When I got older, I had a job at a TV station. I used to work at a TV station called the Christian Television Network. I also had an addiction. I was addicted to whores, and I still had to go to work all the time. They knew I was addicted to whores. I couldn't get the day off to go be with the whores. I had to go to work. It wasn't their fault that and they knew it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I could sue them for my addiction to whores, but I don't think I would have won. But I still might try. So why not try? Try.
Hey, Jay, what's your take on this, bro?
I mean, I'm not really familiar, with the case or whatever, man. I mean, but just hearing, what you're talking about. The first thing that I went to, I was saying, I looked up, does MLB test for drugs?
They do.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
They test for all different types of drugs. It's mandatory testing, at training camp. They get random tests all throughout the year. They have to give urine and blood the same way that we all do when we go to our doctors, for checkups. And from your blood, your doctor can tell you if you're dehydrated, if something going on, whatever. So if he was using drugs, it should have shown up in a test, right? Now, they got rules. I looked it up, for like the first time you get busted or whatever, you get like a mandatory counseling, 25-day counseling session. Then if you get busted again, it escalates until the point to that, the person gets thrown out the league. We don't know if they tested him because sometimes, dudes want to beat the test. You know what I'm saying? They know how to clean the system and, pass the test or whatever. So we don't know, but I think this is an uphill climb for them to prove that the Angels were reliable. Not reliable. Responsible for him. And did he OD like in a hotel room or something?
Yeah, he OD'd. Yeah, he OD'd in a hotel. He sure did. But why he OD'd while he was still on the Angels payroll playing, and 2 days before he was supposed to pitch, or 3 days before he was supposed to pitch.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough to prove that. I mean, you got to prove negligence, to win them kind of cases, and that stuff is tough.
See, you brought up some great points because on one side, the Major League Baseball tests for everything. So her argument is that y'all tested for it. You knew he was addicted because you tested for it, and you continued to help roll him out there, and you didn't help him seek help. So that's her thing. But let's continue to keep this ball rolling because.
But Frank, that's assuming that he failed the test.
Right.
That's true too.
You can only intervene if he fails the test.
That's true too. I didn't say that part. You're absolutely right.
Frank, I just want to say one thing because a big thing that could have been part of his OD was that he might have been clean for a while.
Yeah.
And then decided to go get high. So he might have got it tested.
Yeah.
Clean long enough. He might have had enough sense to say, okay, I got money coming in. I got to take care of my, every addict is different. So that could have been a big part of his OD, that he had been clean. Okay, now I can get high, and his heart or whatever couldn't take it.
One thing's for sure, we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks because if she wins this lawsuit, she going to win hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I mean? She ain't winning $10. She going to win if she wins. You know what I mean? So, and speaking of which, speaking of players with certain situations, now we got to talk about the New York Jets cornerback, Chris Boyd, who was out late Sunday night. We all heard about this story. Let's talk about it real fast. In case you didn't, he was critically wounded in a shooting in New York City on Saturday night to Sunday morning, after an incident outside of a restaurant in Manhattan. He remained hospitalized up to now. He has a bullet lodged in his lung, according to ABC News. He's still listed as critical but stable condition. Boyd told police on Monday that he was at Say Less on Saturday night with friends, and they got into a scuffle outside of a restaurant after it closed around 2 a.m. An investigation is still ongoing. And the police are looking for a man who was spotted leaving the scene on foot. Other people said that he got into basically an argument, people arguing about him being a Jets player and all that stuff. Howie brings up the point that we've talked about all the time. Why are these young boys out here running these streets right after a game or before a game as a pro player hanging out in the hood? You know what I mean? Like they're hanging out in the hood. Howie, what's your take on this, Howie Bell?
I mean, hey man, people don't learn from their mistakes, brother. They just keep making the same mistakes. And it just is what it is. I mean, over and over. My thing is, you got enough money to have a restaurant in your house.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? See, they want to go show off. They want to drive when they ain't supposed to drive. They want to drive them cars. They want to show off the jewelry, and they want to go out there and floss and ball and all that. And then now you're getting into it with pedestrians. You can't do it. You're too valuable. I don't care if the Jets are a winning team or a losing team. You're a valuable asset to the NFL. What are you doing? That's your job. Now you out there, your boys drinking, they arguing, the Jets ain't shit, and here we go.
That's literally how it starts.
I'm telling you. And then now they got pride, and nobody want to back down, and they got guns. This other dude got guns. You in New York. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you subject yourself to anything happening to you when you're not smart and you got that much money. I can see if you just don't have money. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't have resources and you want to go eat on it. But if you're that rich and you're doing that much, hire the chef to come to your house. I mean, what's wrong with that? Invite your family and friends over. Hey, we having a party at my house. We cater it. Man, come on, man. You can do that last minute. It takes somebody 30 days to plan that. You can do that in a couple hours.
How are you acting like these people have common sense? I don't understand what's wrong with you.
I know. Shit.
I don't get it. Let me talk to Mo. Mo, how are you looking at this, Mo? Because this young man is out here partying Saturday night. Gets into an argument with people and end up critically wounded. Mo.
But this song, I'm gonna take the word out and put New York City in it, right? It said Wu-Tang Clan. New York City ain't nothing to fuck with. New York City ain't nothing to fuck with. Get your ass home. Get out them streets. If you ain't got it, what did we supposed to play? Not Super Bowl. Playing the game Sunday?
They're supposed to be playing this upcoming Sunday. They played.
They lost Thursday.
No, was he out? You said he was out on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sunday, Saturday. Yeah.
He was out on Saturday night and Sunday morning because they played Thursday.
Oh, they played Thursday. I don't know, man. You know what? I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe the dude, how we know the dude didn't rent the place out for a certain amount of time and just was leaving and it was coincidental? Because that could happen in New York City. You could just be walking out of the joint, like how he said, just say shit. He might have took all the precautions, but you still gonna run into people. I mean, I understand being out there and you shouldn't put yourself in certain situations, but sometimes you can take precautions and shit can go wrong. We don't know what happened.
I'm gonna say this, D. Jones. When you out late at night, stuff tends to find you. You know what I'm saying, D. Jones? When you out past 10, 11, 12, 1, stuff tends to find you. But that's just me. What's your take on this, D?
It sucks that you in your 20s and you can't hang out. Like, it really sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I got money, because I'm an athlete, I can't hang out and do what other 20-year-olds do. That really sucks. I remember when I was years ago, traditionally my whole life, the Lions suck, right? And I was out eating one night at a bar with my girlfriend, and no, seriously, one of the Lions players was sitting next to us, and he's on the phone like, man, ain't nothing to do in this city. I fucking hate Detroit. And my girl looked at him and said, oh, like, go watch y'all play football on Sundays. And he was heated. I'm like, I'm going to have to fight a damn NFL player. You know what I'm saying? So I see how stuff happens. You just out, you having a good time, you minding your business. Somebody might overhear you say something. They might say something to you. And it happens, man. It just sucks. If I'm 20 years old getting that type of money, I'm looking for whores. Again, go back to whores. I'm going to go get me a room and forget everybody else. Just me and the whores. Get a room, get the whores.
And they dangerous too.
Man, you ain't never lied.
Shit.
Jay, what's your take?
You know what? D. Jones he was a Godfather. Remember the scene when he said, "I never knew until this day." It was Barzini all along. Well, I never knew until this day why D hates the Lions. A lion almost whooped his ass up there in front of his girl, so he hated him.
I tell you it was. He ain't want none. He ain't want none.
He didn't want to fight no big ass defensive tackle. Come on, bro.
Now, I almost fought in Dominican Sue one time. That's a whole nother story.
You better have a gun like that youngin' had in Manhattan, bro.
Yeah.
But on the serious tip, here's the thing, bro. He's in his 20s. He's making millions of dollars a year. If you ask anybody that knows me, like I was a really good basketball player, but I was a better baseball player. And you know why I chose basketball? Because girls didn't go to baseball games. You hear me? So what good is it being a professional athlete making millions of dollars, pushing sports cars if you can't get at these yamps out here in the street?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, he gonna be out there because that's where the action's at. That's why they're professional athletes in the first place. So to expect them not to be out there getting at them things, it's just unrealistic.
Especially when you're young and you dumb and you full of, cum.
Yeah. And the thing about it is though, now Jay, it's all over.
Yeah.
He can't play no more.
Yeah.
He can't play no more. He's done.
Yeah.
So now, all of that, because I'm a young man and I'm going to get out here with these hoes and do all this, now it's over. So now me and my boys, we can't party no more. We ain't got the bread is gone now. I mean, what? I don't know, man. You got it. I know, understand you're young, but you're intelligent enough to play professional sports. You should be intelligent enough to protect yourself.
That's one great way of looking at it. That's why I can't even argue about that one. Howie, let's move on, man. I want to talk about one or two more things before we talk about the Monday Night Football game, man. I definitely want to make sure I talk about these Detroit Lions. Detroit Pistons. They're one of the hottest teams. We're gonna definitely get ready.
No question.
But we got to talk about this one thing first, Howie Bell. Here it is, Antonio Brown. I don't know if you all heard this, but prosecutors are trying to get him 30 years. I don't know if you heard this. 30 years. Now, we all know about the case, but it looks like if he gets convicted, the prosecutor is going to try to make sure he gets 30 years with a maximum of 15 years 2 times. So he's going to do a minimum of 15 years each for each charge that he's looking at. He got 2 charges. So we all talked about this and everything else, but it was that gun charge and everything else. What's your take on this Antonio Brown situation, man? He looking at facing up to 30 years in prison. So, I read a couple of different things. Some things say one thing, some things say another thing. But basically, like long story short, Howie, he looking at 30 years if he gets convicted and if they get their wish, even though it's in Florida. What's your take, Howie?
We are living in the day and age where they will lock your ass up. Period, point blank. They don't care who you are either. Matter of fact, it seems like they're going after celebrity a little more. Like if you got any kind of celebrity or any kind of, notoriety or anything like that, you a target, bro. They are going after you legally.
Yeah.
And it is, I'm watching it in real time. And that's why you got to be careful, man. These guys in the spotlight, man, and doing this stuff, man, this dude about to go to prison. Out here locking people up, bro. I feel, God, man. You know what, bro? I just give me $5 million. Let me see if I can behave. Because I don't understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
Yeah, you behaving though goes with you being single versus married too, Howard. You know how that go.
That's true too. That's true too. That marriage will keep you out of a lot of trouble, bro.
Yeah, sure do.
Well, some of us.
Man, some of us.
I ain't gonna say no names, but there's somebody in here who loves being single right about now. Mo, what's your take? What you look at, Mo?
First of all, man, I feel real bad for Antonio Brown because at the end of the day, I hope he don't get the 30 years. I don't want to see nobody go to jail like that. You know what I'm saying? But if he gets hit with those numbers, he ain't got nobody to blame.
Yeah.
He ain't got nobody to blame, man. Like, whew, it's hard out here for a pimp, I guess. But here we go. We talk about a kid who got some millions and he young and just want to go out. And there's another dude that had chance after chance after chance after chance. Literally the greatest football player, one of the greatest football players. He ain't the greatest. He's one of the greatest because Lawrence Taylor's the greatest. But one of the greatest football players to ever live went to bat for him not once, not twice, like 3 times. Am I right?
About 4 times, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah, he got teams. I mean, I know he received numerous phone calls from people in the league. Like, yo, are you okay? Because I know cats don't just let you go down the rabbit hole. And then eventually, when they see you just ain't going to respond right, ain't nothing we can do. You grown.
Frank, can you refresh the audience? What's the actual charges? Like, what actually the detail?
Okay, prosecutor said that, let's see, charged
Attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
Yeah.
2 times. And they say Brown's case is different as he was allegedly using a firearm and he shot at the man in the direction 2 times. So they're trying to get him 2 charges of attempted murder for 2 shots fired. So yeah.
What state was he in?
He's in Florida.
He's in Florida.
I just want to say this though. They ain't going at the superstars. That ain't nothing new. Shoot. Listen, OJ just gave up 58 million to Ron Goldman's family. His estate.
Yeah.
So,
D-Dome, what's your take on this, bro? How you look at this?
So it's a lot of variables. First of all, being single is great. Like it's great.
A lonely life, brother.
Yeah. 2, nothing good is in Florida besides the women and the whores. It can always go back to whores. There's nothing great in Florida besides the sun and the whores. And if they got video footage of him actually doing this, then he's getting what he deserves because, I mean, that's attempted murder. I remember you said that the bullet grazed the guy's head, which means he could have killed this man. Yeah. So if it's actual video footage of it, then he's getting what he deserves. He might have to sit down because he lived a life of a dude who needs to sit down. But if this is not the case, if he didn't do it, then hopefully justice will be served.
He definitely did it. I don't think it's about whether he did it. I think now the case is going to be what his intention was. You know what I mean? Was he doing it for self-defense or was he doing it as offense? I think that's what the case is coming down to now. Jay, where you at with this?
Hey man, this is Florida, and he got bread. Things can get real interesting. Like, we spoke on this like either last week or a couple weeks ago. Like I said, I mean, first off, he's out on $25,000 bond. Yeah. That ain't a high bond, nobody like facing a lot of time. So they ain't really looking at him, as like a real danger to the streets because that bond would be $1 million plus if they did. Mm-hmm. Second off, Florida is a stand your ground state. And that gets really murky because if you feel threatened, it ain't like you got to be attacked. You just have to have reasonably feel like you are threatened and your life is in danger. For that to be a justifiable reason for you to defend yourself against somebody else. He said the dude tried to rob him. Right? Now, like I said last week, this dude's record better be pristine. Yeah. He better have no arrests. He better not have ever assaulted anybody. He better never have robbed anybody ever in his life. Because if he's done any of those things, Antonio Brown going to the crib.
Yep, that's 100%. That's 100%. But that's why Antonio Brown's lawyers right now, I dig it in that man's background. They're gonna find something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on now. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. They had a huge bounce back last night against the Las Vegas Raiders, Howie Bell. How are you looking at the Cowboys, man? Because at the end of the day, man, the Cowboys was dealing with obviously a death from what's that guy's name? Let me see. The guy's name was
I forgot his name, the young kid.
Yeah. I wrote it down too. And of course now
was it Dylan something?
Hold on. The guy's name was
Kalen?
Marshawn Kneeland.
Marshawn Kneeland.
Marshawn Kneeland.
Marshawn Kneeland
Yeah.
was the linebacker who got killed last week. He killed himself, going through all that drama. He went. Dallas Cowboys had that hanging over their head, man, last night. And a lot of people were saying that they were going to have a hard time being able to get it together, but they bounced back and they showed some grit, and they showed a lot of people what the Dallas Cowboys could be when everything clicking, like they did last night. What was your takeaway last night from looking at the game last night, Howie, from the Cowboys defeating the Raiders?
I watched basically the first 3 quarters, then I was done. But I liked what the Raiders started off doing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I thought that they started off very well, and then the Cowboys just exploded on them. But I'd say that combination with Dak Prescott, CD Lamb, them guys doing it, man. They doing it. If they could go on a run, who knows what happened with them? I know they beat up on the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? But, the Cowboys aren't the best team either. But when they clicking, man, I think they can score with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends. Like I said earlier this year, I thought Dak was going to have a great year. I thought the Cowboys were going to have a great year. I thought my prediction was that they would make the playoffs this year. So, but I'm not sure if that's going to still happen. But hey, we'll see. But I like them, man. I like Dallas. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay,
It's not gonna happen.
Mo, it looked like a lot of people saying that the Dallas Cowboys have 2 of the best wide receivers in the game right now from the way these boys are playing. What's your takeaway? What's your take, Bo, from the Cowboys? What's your take? Mo, we only got an hour. We only got an hour, Mo.
That's my take. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys showed up and performed against a team that's under 500.
Well in the 500.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. They always do this with teams under 500. They do it all the time. I mean, come on, man.
Okay. All right.
I want to see. I want to see when Dallas play. I want to see them when Dallas play somebody worth playing.
Okay.
And how they perform.
I gotta ask. You know me. I gotta ask. Let me see what D Jones' take on the Cowboys is last night. Like I said, a lot of people are saying they got the best 1-2 punch when it comes to wide receivers. D, what's your take?
The Cowboys do have a great offense when they clicking. The Raiders suck. It makes me think of why didn't the Patriots beat the Raiders? They could only have 1 loss, man. And how did they lose? But I'm be honest, I was not watching that. I didn't give a piss about the game last night. I was watching my Detroit Pistons and Jalen Duren looking like Sean Kemp. Okay?
Sean Kemp.
Jay, what's your take?
I believe my take was surmised when the season started, when I said Amari Cooper retired before the season started. Okay? Amari saw what was coming with the Raiders. So they're a terrible team. They're 2-8. Mm-hmm. If you beat a 2-8 team, what you supposed to do? Yeah. Literally everybody else beat the hell out of them. So why wouldn't you come in there and do it? I don't believe in Dallas. They can't beat anybody with a pulse. So it's already next season for them right now.
Did anybody do a wellness check on Max Crosby?
We're going to have to do that. Now it's time to talk about Detroit Pistons basketball, because Detroit Pistons, Howie Bell, are on a 10-game winning streak, man. And I think I wanted to say this for the record. Nobody saw that except one person on this panel. That's the only person.
I told you.
He don't count because he's a Detroit Pistons fan. Howie Bell,
correct. How
are we looking at? I know we are going to talk about obviously some of these power rankings in the NBA, but what's your thoughts on the Detroit Pistons on this 10-game win streak, Howie?
I didn't think they were going to go on this win streak this early, but I knew they were going to be good. And I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. The hell are you talking about? It's my town too. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? The Lions is just my favorite team, but I'm a Detroit Pistons fan all the way, 100%. But I'll say this: I'm very proud of them, man. I like the way they're playing. I like what they're doing. They were almost pop New York last year, so I'm not really surprised that they're doing well, but I am a little surprised that they're on this 10-game streak, and it don't look like they got signs of slowing down right now. So I'm impressed. Detroit basketball, baby.
No, it don't look like. Listen, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. I thought if you had asked me last year, I'd have said, okay, I can see Cleveland doing that. I can see, the Knicks doing that. But Detroit, not 10 games, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Mo, what's your take on Detroit Pistons on a 10-game win streak last night?
Man, it's too early for all that, man. Come on now.
Oh, the
It's
hate.
too early for all that.
The hate.
I mean, listen, everybody, listen. It's too early for all that. The season didn't even start yet. It's still preseason, man.
It's still preseason? Okay.
Yeah, you know, I had to throw something out there. I don't know. I was reaching, Frank. Damn, man. Look, you ain't got the.
What is this?
You hear me? You see what I'm talking about, baby?
Hey, whatever, man. Oh, whatever. I'm sitting here in my mind. I forgot I was on the show. I was sitting here thinking of the Little Rascals. Thinking about the Little Rascals. He said, "You ain't never heard eggs talk."
All right, let me see what D Jones is talking about. Because D Jones, you've been kind of predicting a lot of stuff that we're seeing right now, D Jones. What's your take on the Detroit Pistons on a 10-game win streak?
We've been winning with G League players. Cade has been gone. Ivy ain't played all year. Tobias ain't played all year. Like they've been doing this with cats that's been in the G League. Okay, it's really coaching, and these guys like playing with each other. They just, Cade is a great leader. Even though he ain't been playing, we still been winning. Hopefully he come back tonight. We're on a back-to-back. We gonna need him, and we go 11 in a row. They only lost 2 games. I know it's early, but nobody's seen them only losing 2 games out of the first 14. You see what I'm saying? So let's see what happens. I'm happy for these guys. And the sky's the limit, man. Detroit basketball is back. Ain't no more potholes in the city. Ain't been no crime. Anytime the Pistons win, the city be nice. If y'all ever been in Detroit, we got potholes everywhere. But when the Pistons win, ain't no potholes on the ground.
I know the highway is beautiful in Detroit.
No, that's false.
It's high, it's beautiful. It's high, it's nice. At least where I went was.
Jay, talk to me, man. What's your take on this, man?
I just want to tell D, if you want this streak to keep going for the Pistons, don't start betting on them, okay? Because you bring that bad juju with your bets, bro. They're working against you. You gotta keep your boys going strong, dog. Don't start placing no bets on them. We gotta keep this going. I mean, listen, you knew that they were good last year because they made the playoffs and they were really young. So if you think, that things are going to go in a natural order, then younger players are going to get better from year to year. So, but being 12-2, I don't think anybody would have taken that bet.
No. And anybody said they would, they lying. I don't care what nobody said. Anybody said they would.
Oh, no, D might have.
I probably should have.
All right, let's give MC look at the time. Yeah, man, let's keep this moving. It's time to jump onto this into the top 5. You know, like I like to do that. So because we talked about Detroit Pistons basketball, because the Knicks looking pretty good too, we got to talk about what are the top 5 power rankings in the NBA. What are we, 2-3 weeks in the NBA season? Going 3 and 4.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, we about 3 weeks going into 4 weeks. So let's talk about that, man. What are the top 5 power rankings in the NBA so far this season? Howie Bell, you go first.
I'm gonna go with number 5. It's tough. Houston Rockets. I'm gonna put them at number 5. I like what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're gonna be better than what they even looking like right now. At number 4, I'm gonna have to say the New York Knicks. I like what the New York Knicks putting together. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put them at number 4. At number 3, I gotta put the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets at number 3. This is a tough list, man, because my 1 and 2. Yeah, because my 1 and 2, I want to put Detroit at number 1, but OKC is still right there. They balling out. You know, I even left, Golden State off of this list. So this is a tough list for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and put Detroit at number 1 and OKC at number 2. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's my top 5 power. Right as of right now, today.
And you know what I liked about this list so far, and I'm sure you guys can say this. There are possibly 10 teams right now that could be in the top 5. That's why
easy.
Oh, yeah.
10 teams. And I also say this too. I can't remember in any NBA season where there are 10 teams who look this good, and could be a top 5 in a long time. I can't
Yeah.
not 10 teams. I could say 4 or 5 easy, but 10 teams, I
Yeah.
don't know. So that's why I was interested to see what y'all's list was gonna look like. Let me see what your list looks like, Bo. You next.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the standings, right? And like you said, there's more than 10. Teams that because you got out west, you got OKC, Denver, and then Houston, all of them in double digits. You got Detroit, double digits, all in double-digit wins. In the East, you got, it's hard for me to pick a top 5. You got 3 teams with 8 wins, 2 with 9. One is Atlanta. Nobody, you talk about you didn't see Detroit coming. Nobody saw Atlanta who having 8 wins right now.
So Mo, give me a 5. Give me a 5.
Here go my 5. OKC, Denver, Houston, Detroit, and the Knicks. And no specific order. That's the 5.
I got to say this too. I've been on Dallas for a long time, and Dallas ain't even in my top 10 through 4 weeks in. And that's the shockingest thing to me.
That's crazy.
There ain't nobody top 10.
With the boat they got, they ain't like that's still shocking to me. D Jones, give me your top 5 power rankings in the NBA so far this season. What we looking at?
I don't see what y'all see. It's a good 7 teams. That's great, but the rest of them I don't get. So my 5 though, number 5 with the second and third greatest basketball player of all time might be coming back tonight. 10-4. I got the LA Lakers. Number 4, this team they gelling, man. The Rockets at 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 at 10-3. The Joker and the Denver Nuggets are crazy. Number 2, the defending champions, man, and they could be the best team in NBA if it wasn't for number 1, Detroit basketball. It's the Detroit Pistons, baby. The Bad Boys version number 3. Shout out to Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, you crack me up, man. Detroit basketball. All right, Jay, let me see what your 5 look like.
So I got mad respect for these basketball, like assessing basketball teams, except for when it comes to the goddamn Pistons. Okay. That shit go out the window, bro. His fandom trumps all of it. Right?
It does.
So my top 5, number 5, I got the Lakers. Them boys looking real dangerous right now, man. And Goat James coming back. 4, Houston Rockets. Early on, a lot of new pieces. KD trying to fit in, but when they figure it out, holy tits back, man, they coming.
Yeah.
Number 3, Detroit Pistons. 12-2 is 12-2, baby. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
So you got to have them in the mix. Number 2, Denver Nuggets. As long as they got that pudgy jello body boy called Joker, listen, them boys gonna be hard to deal with. And number 1, to be the man, you gotta beat the man, OKC Thunder. Them boys 14-1.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's
Let
because they
me
ain't
ask
played
you all
the
this
Pistons.
real fast. Let me ask you all this real fast before I jump into the next top 5. Who's your biggest surprise so far this season? Jay, you go first since I have you up. Jay, who's your biggest surprise so far this season?
Chicago Bulls.
Okay. Howie, who's your biggest surprise so far this season?
Damn, that's tough. The play of Wemby.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about team, but okay, so,
Team wise,
yeah.
The rebound of Golden State Warriors.
Okay. So Mo, what's your biggest surprise so far this season?
Atlanta Hawks.
Okay. And D, what's your biggest surprise? Detroit. Yeah. I know he's gonna fit that in any way he can.
No, seriously though, I didn't pick them to be 12-2.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be top 4 in the East, not number 1.
I gotta say, my biggest surprise is got to be the New York Knicks. I didn't expect New York
And the
Knicks to
Raptors. The Raptors are balling too.
Yeah, the Raptors
they are
balling
balling.
too. But I thought it would take the New York Knicks a little bit longer to gel right now. You could literally say the New York Knicks could be in the Eastern Conference Finals playing your boys, the Detroit Pistons. You could say that.
How long is Brunson hurt though?
I think he's supposed to be hurt for a week.
Not long. He was out working last night.
A week. He ain't out for half the season. So they all right. They all right. All right. So we did that. Howard. Now, because we talked about shocking things, like that, let's continue on with the shocking things. So now let's talk about what are your top 5 most surprising, shocking stories in the NBA so far this season? Because there's been a handful. There's been more than a handful. What's your top 5 ones, Howie Bell?
I'm gonna go back to Wembanyama. I didn't think he was gonna be balling like this, so I'm gonna put him at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And say that I'm a little shocked at what they're doing. I like what they're doing. I'm gonna go back to Golden State, man. They balling.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't nobody talking about them, but they old men, but they actually balling. I like what they Butler's doing. I like what they doing, man. I gotta say, it's a story that it ain't really getting a lot of traction right now, but it's big. And that this is LeBron James' final season.
Yep.
I don't think nobody is really. Everybody kind of knows it. I guess everybody kind of in denial, but that's one of the biggest shocking stories out here, man. And I'm gonna say everybody better keep a eye on Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I think his knee problem. I think he is suspect right now, and I think that's gonna be one of them stories, bro. That's gonna be right at the top. And of course, number 1 is all the betting investigation stuff. Chauncey Billups and the other cat, man, I can't remember his name. That's got to be the number 1 shocking story in the NBA right now.
And it's
Terry
still happening.
Rozier.
And it's still Terry Rozier, and it's still
Terry
happening.
Rozier.
It's still unfolding. And you know what? I just want to piggyback off this one thing you said from the story I saw with the LA Lakers. I think the NBA and the Feds are trying to tie this to LeBron James. I really have this feeling they trying to get it to LeBron one way, shape, and I just have this bad feeling about that, and I hope it doesn't, because I don't want that to tarnish his legacy at all. And I'm not even a LeBron James fan. I'm not at all. But that man's ridiculous.
And if that happens, they're gonna take some money too. A lot of it.
Oh yeah. Mo, where we at with yours, man? Give me your top 5 most shocking stories in the NBA.
Well, number 5, I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Hawks. I ain't see them winning. My boy, he lives down in Atlanta. He said everywhere you go, you see nothing but Kristaps Porzingis. He done took over Trey, whatever his name is, the dude that looked like a lollipop that been stuck under the car.
Trey Young.
His head don't look like a lick lollipop.
It does. He got couch fuzz.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Yo, I was looking. I just pulled up something. Did y'all know Patrick Beverly punched his teenage sister?
Yeah.
That is shocking. Yeah. He just punched and choked his teenage sister.
For dating an 18-year-old boy or something like that. Something.
That's wild. That's Patrick Beverly. Listen, he's still NBA ready. He's just a strong dude to be hitting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The investigation, also, that right there. The Detroit Pistons, didn't see them winning those like that. And like Frank said, number 1 been my New York Knicks.
Yeah.
What's shocking is that they couldn't put the ball in the basket last night and win the game. That was shocking. I had flashbacks of the 19 Eastern Conference Finals.
Was it 94?
Oh,
94.
Don't worry, Mom. It'll be all right. It's only a game, man. It wasn't the finals. It's only the game. Here we go. D. Jones, where you at with yours, bro? What's your top 5 most shocking stories in the NBA so far this season?
Number 5, it's been 3 weeks. I had to go with all the injuries, man. Wemby hurt, Brunson hurt, Cade hurt, Ja hurt. Like, it's a lot of stars in the first 3 weeks that's going down with calf strains. They need to go back to high top shoes, man. Number 4, Ja Morant in Memphis. I'm surprised he's still over there. I thought he was been traded, or they were, at least talking about it. The next one, the Raptors being 9-5. I didn't see them because the Raptors sucked last season, man, and they really balling right now. Number 2, Luka and the Lakers playing defense. Like, that's shocking to me to see these boys play deep because they sucked on defense last year. And the Lakers, man, skinny Luka, he's something else out there. Y'all gotta watch out. And number 1. Come on, man. You know what I'm going to say. Come on. Come on.
Detroit basketball. Yeah. I don't know why. You should get 4, D. From now on, anything NBA related, you should only get 4. That's what.
Yeah, because you know what number one gonna be. You know it's gonna be. Come on.
You should get 4.
I'm like Howie with the Lions. Come on now.
Yeah, you should get 4, and your 4 should be anything from 2 to 5. Nothing to do.
You know what it is.
Jay, what's your top 5 shocking stories?
I'm gonna go from number 1 to number 5.
Okay.
Number 1 for me, that every player, coach, GM, water boy, and baby mama got a goddamn bookie out here.
Yeah.
Bro, I did not understand the level of the gambling, you know, in the NBA specifically, because that's what they're talking about, but just across sports in general. That's wild. Number 2, the Lakers supporting cast playing as well as they are. Like, you getting 30 points out of people that you never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden, you know, they're just playing good collectively. So that's shocking to me. Number 3, the Dallas Mavericks struggling the way they're struggling. Like, that's shocking because that team has a lot of talent on it.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody playing. No Kyrie, no Anthony Davis.
Right.
Yeah, but you still got a lot of talent, man. And the coaching, it's still, yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry, Jay. Keep going.
Number 4, Dallas firing their goddamn GM.
And that was mine. There you go.
No.
Yeah.
We're not even a month into the season. How are you firing your GM? You don't even know what the season's gonna look like.
Yeah.
You got dudes who are injured, dudes still rehabbing injuries from last season, and you fired a GM in goddamn November? That's crazy. And number 5, the Chicago Bulls are looking worth a damn, you know, since Prime D Rose. I didn't expect anything out of them whatsoever. I mean, they fading a little bit now, but they look like, you know, I mean, they might be okay moving forward.
Jay, I got to say, I want to piggyback off your Nico Harris thing. To me, the Nico Harris thing is the number one thing.
Crazy.
Me. It's the number one thing because you ain't even got the chance to see what his maturation of his process of what he did in the NBA. You ain't even got a chance to see that yet because
and gave him a chance.
You ain't give him a chance. And you know, granted, he made Luka, he traded Luka and everything else, but dude, you didn't give this man a chance. And I promise you're going to see some results with that. I just can't see that. You're going to see results from that. And the worst part is, it's going to be like Mark Jackson all over again when he ain't going to get
exactly. It'll be Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr effect.
Yeah.
They're going to start balling all of a sudden. The dude that made it happen won't get any credit for doing it.
Yeah. And I see that so crystal clear. Nico ain't gonna get no credit for that. And whoever comes in for next GM, they're gonna get all the credit for that, like that was all him. And we all know it's not. So that's what
I think they had to do it. I think they had to do it though.
No, not in November, you don't.
No,
I'm
not
saying
now.
if every game they're screaming fire Nico, they're not even caring about the score. If the whole fan base is screaming fire whoever, you gotta do it. You have to do it.
No, you don't.
No. The fan base doesn't always make the right decisions. They don't always know what the hell's going on, and you can't literally tell me
the fan base spends the money.
Fan base.
You talking about Texans, bro? The dumbest goddamn state in any state on planet Earth.
First, we couldn't go to Houston. Now
hey, listen, I'll stand on that. Texas is the dumbest. Texas is the dumbest state of any state ever called a state.
Oh my God!
I second it. But since we talk about comedy now, man, let's flip the script, Howie. Let's flip a couple pages, man. Let's take a step off from sports, take one step back. We talked about comedy specials this week, you know, and I was really interested in this because somebody brought it up. I don't know who it was, but I don't remember. But Howie Bell, being a comedian, give me your top 5 comedy specials ever filmed. Not that you saw in person. Not
that I like, but that I like.
That you like. The top 5 comedy specials that you like that were ever filmed. Howie, you go first.
I gotta go with, I don't know how to put this in order, so I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
At number 5, I'm gonna go with George Carlin, Jamming in New York. That was one of his best specials ever, bro. He killed that. Go back and watch that special. It was incredible. I gotta go at number 4, Chris Rock, Bigger and Deffer.
Yeah.
I don't think people remember
Bigger
how
and
funny.
blacker.
Bigger and
Bigger,
blacker.
I'm sorry, Bigger and Blacker. Excuse me, because he played on
Yep.
Bigger and Deffer. The words Bigger and Blacker. People don't remember how funny that shit was.
Yeah.
Then I gotta go with Delirious.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta put Delirious there. Then I gotta put Live on Sunset Strip. I changed it from yesterday, and we were talking about it because my number 1 got to be Eddie Murphy Raw. I had to think about that and everything that went into that. So that's my top 5.
Okay. And now let me pull up another comedian, Mo. As a comedian, as a professional comedian, give me your top 5 comedy specials ever filmed.
Now I did mine's. I didn't put Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor in because it's the low hanging fruit.
Okay.
So know that no matter what, those two will always be my top 2. And Richard number 1 always. But I did 5 that I would pick other than those 2. So at number 5, I'm gonna put the Kings of Comedy up there. They sold out stadiums. That had never been done in comedy. I mean, they were selling out stadiums on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were rock stars. So I got to put them up there. Whether I like them being the Kings or not, I don't know, but they did their damn thing.
That was a big movie.
At number 4, I'm putting Mark Curry. He had a stand-up special that he did in Oakland. It was an HBO special.
It was hilarious. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was like the one night, and I hadn't become a comedian, but I was just sitting there in amazement, like, how does he do this? How do they do that? I love Mark Curry, somebody who today I would love to work with. At number 3, I'm putting Damon Wayans, Last Stand. You know what I'm saying? That fucking shit, fucking with his daughter on the toilet seat, going into the emergency room. I swear to God, that stand-up special right there, it was great, man. At number 2, I'm putting John Leguizamo.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think John Leguizamo, he had a one-man show. It wasn't just a special. It was I didn't look up the name, but his special, it was a one-man show. He had characters. It was like,
yeah, it was hilarious. I remember that.
I love John Leguizamo, like from his comedy to his acting career. He has been so versatile in so many different ways. And number 1, it was a toss-up, but I'm going with Robert Harris.
Okay.
He had the HBO special. It was the only special that he did. I think the world was robbed of what would have been the greatest comedian ever.
Okay. I like that. I like that list. Very interesting list. D. Jones, as another comedian, professional comedian, tell me what are your top 5 comedy specials ever filmed?
All right, I cheated because I couldn't just do 5. At number 5, I got Sinbad, and I got Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker. At number 4, I got Kevin Hart, I'm a Grown Little Man, and Jamie Foxx, I Might Need Security. At number 3, I got Dave Chappelle, Killing Me Softly, and the Kings of Comedy. At number 2, I got Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. And at number 1, for me, the greatest stand-up I ever seen, it was Richard Pryor Live. That's 1979. I wasn't even born, but when I watched it, it was the greatest stand-up I ever seen in my life.
Boy, you really cheated.
So those are my 12.
Yeah, I know, right?
You really cheated.
I'm gonna get sweating. You gonna do that?
You really cheated. All right, as a filmmaker, what are your top 5 comedy specials you ever seen filmed as a filmmaker? Jay.
Well, like D, I cheated a little bit, but not to the 12. But not 12. Damn. I did 6. So number 6 for me, I got Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker. Like, bro, it got classic bangers in that joint.
Yeah.
Number 5 is really not one. I loved every HBO special that George Carlin did. I love Carlin so much, man. Number 4, I got Eddie Murphy Raw. It was so funny in a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, and it felt big. I mean, like it was in a movie theater, bro. It was just dope. You know, to sit in the theater, you know, and watch comedy. Number 3, I got Eddie Murphy Delirious because it's classic joint. Like everybody still knows the jokes from that right now to this day. Number 2, Dave Chappelle Killing Him Softly. Man, the baby selling crack bit.
Man, what?
Bruh, come on. I mean, everything about that joint was just genius. And number 1, Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. Forever and a day, man. That's gonna be it for me.
You know, Frank, I like your list. Yeah,
Frank, can I get an honorable mention since that guy's doing 12 and 6 and 15?
Of course you get, Mo. You go ahead.
My honorable mention, and y'all know this is really coming out of left field. Y'all may not see this coming, but it'll be Whoopi Goldberg's her stand-up series.
That was really good. Yeah,
it
was good.
If you watch Whoopi Goldberg when she first broke into comedy, she did a stand-up special. It was a
one-woman show. It was hilarious.
Show. Yeah, Similar to John Leguizamo.
All right,
I got to get one too. Then come on, you got to give me one.
Let's go.
Sam Kinison.
I thought about Sam Kinison, Howie.
Listen,
he was on Showtime, I think, with his
stand-up specials ever.
Oh yeah.
Y'all. Let me ask this next question because it's predicated on this. What I last asked you. Well, let me tell you. Let me make this statement, and then I'm gonna ask you the question. I have been surprised in the last 7-10 years by a comedian who I watched one special, and then I had to go look at all his specials because I was so mad that I had missed this guy's journey. That guy for me was Bill Burr. I met Bill Burr.
Hilarious. Bill Burr's hilarious.
I met Bill Burr at the Comedy Store. I don't know how many times. Like I know him. You know, we connected being from Boston. All that. I had no clue this dude was this hilarious. Not one clue. Then I ended up one day I was clicking on Netflix. Let me check out Bill Burr's special. Watched it, and then next thing you know, now I'm looking at all his specials. Everything this dude does, I'm like, this dude is hilarious. Yeah. Who is that for you, Howie? Who's that for you, D? Who's that for you, Jay? And who's that for you, Mo? Who's that guy who flew under the radar? You had no clue who it was, and then they say, okay, wow, this dude is hilarious. And then you had to go do what I just did. Who's that
for me, and I knew this guy for years. I've been knowing him for a long time, but it wasn't until, over the last maybe 4 or 5 years I started getting into it. And that's Ali Sadiq. Yeah. And if you really sit back and watch Ali Sadiq, he's one of the best out there. He got probably about 10 specials. Yeah. But I had no clue he was as intelligent and as funny as I've been noticing over the last, like I said, about 4 or 5 years, I started paying more attention to him. But Ali Sadiq, for me.
Well, Howie, I got to say this about Ali. Ali, when I first saw him about 10 years ago, he wasn't that funny. Something happened in the last 10 years where this dude found his rhythm. And, and he's batting it out the park. He
is, man. He is.
Yeah, he's definitely that. All right, so let me ask you, who's that for you, Mo? Who's that for you, Mo?
Dion Cole.
Good pick.
Dion Cole.
He's funny.
Yeah.
I was put on to one of his specials, and then I started watching his specials. And like he got one, I think it's called Charlene's Boy. Dion Cole, man, the way I'll never forget one of his specials. He says things that are so simple that is every day in your house that you don't even pay attention to, but you do. Like he said, you ain't black unless you got a case of water on your floor. See, because everybody in here right now got some water on their floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, why they don't make B battery? They got A batteries, C batteries, D batteries, AAA, AA. Why they don't make B batteries? But the dude, and he's written, for numerous of nighttime shows. Dion Cole.
Yeah, Dion's a good one. All right, let me see what you look like, D Jones. Who's your guy who flew under the radar?
All right, so I've been doing comedy 15 years. I've never been to a comedy concert. I never went to a comedy show to see a comic. I'm always behind the scenes, with the comics. 2 years ago, even now, never. 2 years ago, my cousin said, hey, come to this comedy show in Toledo with me for my birthday. Went, sat front row. I watched this man do comedy, and he changed the way I do comedy. And I didn't learn from the greats, Howie, Kool-Aid, Coco, all of these people. I seen D. Ray Davis live. He changed the way I do comedy, man.
Yeah,
He's incredible.
The funny thing is when I first D-Ray's one of them comics who I started looking at in 1999, and now when you go see D-Ray, that dude is an unadulterated beast, and I think he's a beast because he does Monday nights every Monday in LA,
right.
and he does a different set every single month. I ain't never seen D-Ray do the same joke twice, never. And Howie knows this because Howie's been in LA too. You know, Howie's out of LA. He ain't never.
Howie got me an opportunity to open up at his club, and to this day he say we messed up, but I swear he gave us the wrong day because I would never miss that opportunity.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he called and cussed me out.
Yeah. I tell you, brother, that dude's unadulterated beast. I love those kind of comics too. All right, Jay, who's that guy who you didn't notice before, flew under the radar, and then you said, "Damn, I can't believe I missed this dude," and then you did what I did and had to catch up with all that dude. Who's that dude for you?
For me, it's the late great Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Patrice was somebody I discovered like around the time, like right before he died. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go back, and like watch everything that he ever did on Comedy Central, anything you had going. That dude was hilarious, bro. And the world lost. I can't explain what the world lost when he died.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm one of the people who helped convince Patrice O'Neal to get into comedy because we used to sit in the quad at Northeastern, and he would crack on everybody when they walked by. Like that dude, I was like, dude, you need to do comedy. And at the time, I was on radio. He was doing comedy. But him and these two girls, man, they would just sit out there and crack on everybody. So it was no surprise for me to see that he moved out to New York with Will Sylvans and them cats and Tony Roberts and all those dudes. And, he just took off. No surprise for me there. So,
and Tony Roberts might be certifiably crazy. Tony Roberts is beyond hilarious to me, bro.
But I just want to say one name that we didn't mention. I think that deserves to be said because he passed away early in his career. David Arnold, somebody else.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, definitely. It was. Anyway, that was a great show, guys, man. I appreciate that. Howie Bell, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, man.
Hey, man, Howie Bizzell, HOWIEBIZZELL. Other than that, man, just type in Howie Bell, and, man, just for the record, all those legends y'all was naming, I learned from all those guys, man. I was in the trenches when them guys was doing their thing.
Yep, that's definitely there. Mo, how can we follow you, bro?
MOE_comic on Instagram, Maurice Smith on Facebook always.
There it is, D Jones.
313 D Jones. And shout out to all the Detroit legends I learned from, man, for real.
There it is. And we got a legend right here, man, and make it too. Howie's doing his thing, boy. Howie's one of them dudes who's been putting in the work for years. I mean, years and years and years. And finally, thank God he's getting his shine. Because maybe tomorrow I'm going to ask this question. Maybe tomorrow show I'm going to say, who are the 5 comics who were putting in work for so long and about damn time they getting their shine? Maybe that'd be a nice top 5.
That's a good one. That's a good top 5.
Yeah, gonna sound like Die Line for me.
Dylan, then Dylan.
So where did I stop at? Was that DJ? Okay, Jay, everybody have to make follow you, bro.
At JD Hayes the fan base, baby. We got you.
There it is. Thank y'all for watching. The name of the show is called Box Seats. Of course, we about 4 minutes late today, which I never do. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow talking about sports, talking about a little bit of comedy, doing what we do best at 5 o'clock. The name of the show is called Box Seats. Thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all. Peace.
What's your name?